Are you planning an international trip? Or maybe just planning to get away? Wait, don't go just yet. Check the U.S. travel warning first.
Welcome. I am Dena, and this is Discussions with Dena. The U.S. issues major warning for country of 28 million. Do not travel. The Transportation Security Administration, or TSA, has provided updates on wait times at checkpoints due to the government shutdown. Now, the TSA acting deputy administrator warned that wait times are likely to increase. Staff shortages from the government shutdown are disrupting air travel. And the TSA warns that wait times are increasing. Definitely, that's a definite, because some workers who rely on food banks have missed their paychecks. And these people are accepting donations of food, drinks, and specific gift cards. They are being accepted for frontline TSA staff members. Now, staff shortages are causing these challenges, of course, and air travelers throughout the United States are feeling it. Each year, Americans tend to travel to top tourist destinations around the world, especially warm climates at this time. People are looking for a tropical paradise. However, whenever people are traveling, they have to be careful and stay safe. So it's a good idea before leaving on a trip, especially if you are going to an unfamiliar place. According to the U.S. Department of State, they recommend that you review the travel advisory for that particular location, as well as the entry requirements, the local laws, and tips from the United States Embassy or consulate for the destination you plan to visit. They also suggest that you enroll in what is called the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program, or STEP. That is before you go outside the country on a trip. Now, the U.S. Department of State has released some travel advisories for specific countries. And when they release travel advisories, there are 4 different levels of risk assessment. And it's important to check this out in advance of scouting out your international destination. Just check out the website, one being travel.state.gov, before planning your next trip. It really could save your life. It's just a good idea to use the information and take heed of the travel warnings for you as a U.S. citizen. It gives you an idea of the dangers you can expect to encounter. Now, when you visit this website, the travel advisory appears at the top of each destination page with a color corresponding to each level. Now, level 1, that means to exercise normal precautions. It is the lowest advisory level for safety and security risks. And there is some risk in any international travel, and conditions in other countries, they may differ from those in the United States. Now, level 2, you are to exercise increased caution. That means you to be aware of increased risks to safety and security. Specific risks are described in the travel advisory. Now, level 3, you should reconsider travel. That means you should just perhaps not do it. Do a serious risk evaluation and to see if your safety and your security is worth the risk. Now, specific risks are will be described in that travel advisory. Level 4, absolutely do not travel to this location. This is the highest advisory level due to life-threatening risks. Specific risks, they will be described in that travel advisory, and the U.S. government may have very limited or no ability to help you as a U.S. citizen if you should go to this destination, and that includes during any emergency. So it is advised that U.S. citizens do not travel to these specific countries with this level rating, or to leave it as soon as it is safe to do so. Now, the most dangerous countries for U.S. travelers are rated a level 4. That means do not travel to this place or these places. Recently listed on this list that was added to this list is the West African country of Niger, with a population of 28 million people. And this is as of October 31st. The State Department updated the travel warning for Niger to reflect new safety issues and embassy instructions. That comes as news is still being awaited regarding a Christian missionary who was abducted in Niger in October. Now, this was July 2023. There was a coup in Niger that resulted in the ouster of Niger's democratically elected president Bazoum, and subsequently General Abdourahmane Tiani and his military junta. They took power. So the missionary that was abducted, his name is Kevin Rideout. Kevin Rideout was said to have been taken from his home in Niger's capital in the middle of the night. That he was taken in a Toyota Corolla by 3 armed suspects, jihadists. Now, Rideout is said to be a pilot for the evangelical missionary agency serving in mission. He was taken hostage from the capital city of Niamey, and that is less than 100 yards from the presidential palace. Now, terrorists are said to continue to plot attacks and use kidnapping for ransom as a business model there. They are targeting vulnerable groups and U.S. interests, and this is what the government of America is warning. So terrorists and their supporters are active in planning kidnapping in Niger, and they may attack anywhere. Terrorist group continue planning kidnappings of foreigners, especially in Niger. In addition, the State Department says violent crime remains a concern. Violent crimes can happen at any time. Crimes include armed robbery, residential break-ins. This is what the alert says. Medical services in Niger are limited. Adequate trauma and ambulance services are not widely available, and there is limited access to medicines, including antibiotics. Even a minor health issue may require medical evacuation at your own expense. Now, this event caused the advisory level to be increased to 4. There was no changes to the risk indicators, although the advisory summary was updated to reflect changes to U.S. Embassy operations. The State Department also says do not travel to Niger for any reason due to crime, unrest, terrorism, health, and kidnapping. The U.S. State Department also warns that it cannot offer emergency services to any U.S. citizens in Niger. The situation has deteriorated to the degree that it's no longer safe for family members of U.S. Embassy workers to stay there. And on October 30th, the Department of State authorized the departure of all family members of the United States government employees in Niger due to safety risk. They also warned that the U.S. government cannot offer routine or emergency services again to citizens of America outside of Niamey due to those safety risks. And furthermore, a state of emergency and movement restrictions are also in place in many regions throughout Niger. Now again, according to the risk assessment, Nigerian authorities require military escorts for any foreigners traveling outside Niamey, including U.S. government personnel. Areas under a state of emergency are off limits and subject to change. Also, U.S. travelers are being told to avoid another popular tourist spot due to increased risk from criminal organizations. If you have plans to go to one of these popular destinations for the winter, these hot spots, you need to take note, and you might even want to reconsider. Again, the U.S. Department of State has officially issued a Level 2 advisory for Baja California Sur, which includes the vacation destination Los Cabos, asking U.S. citizens to use more caution when going to the popular vacation area because of a rise in crime. Baja. Many violent crimes take place in Mexico, they say, including homicide, kidnapping, carjacking, and robbery. This, the U.S. Department of State notes. There is said to be a risk of terrorist violence, including terrorist attacks and other activity in Mexico. They add that the United States government has limited ability to help in many parts of Mexico, and the United States government employees are not allowed to travel to certain high-risk areas due to security risks. U.S. citizens should follow the same restrictions as United States government employees while traveling. Those restrictions include not to travel between cities after dark, to rely on dispatch vehicles from regulated taxi stands or app-based services like Uber or Cabify, and may not wave down taxis on the street, to avoid traveling alone, especially in areas that are remote, and to avoid driving between Mexican border cities, the U.S.-Mexico border, and the interior of Mexico. A Level 2 advisory means to exercise increased caution when you're traveling to a destination. So at the very least, before going to Los Cabos or any other trip outside of America or of your area, be sure to check the U.S. Embassy's website for updates on travel advisories and local safety information. It can be the difference between traveling for fun and relaxation or traveling to find yourself in danger or in a life-threatening situation.
For safety, U.S. tourists must heed travel advisories, which range from Level 1 to 4. Level 4 denotes highest risk, urging travelers to avoid such destinations. Enrolling in STEP provides crucial updates on safety conditions. Afghanistan, a Level 4 country near Iran and Pakistan, faces terrorism, unrest, and kidnappings. The 2021 U.S. Embassy closure underscores these risks. Rural healthcare access is complicated by scarcity, demanding cautious planning. Iraq's Level 4 advisory stems from political instability, violence, and terrorism. Despite Baghdad Erbil security, kidnapping risks and poor rural healthcare deter U.S. tourists, maintaining a dangerous environment. Pakistan's Level 3 advisory warns of conflicts, terrorism, and political tensions. Avoid the Afghan border due to threats from groups like the Pakistani Taliban. Major cities offer health care, but rural areas lack facilities. North Korea's isolation poses significant risk for U.S. tourists with a Level 4 advisory due to arrest and detention threats. Strict laws and limited U.S. government support complicate matters, prompting the State Department to advise against travel. Russia's 2022 Ukraine invasion prompts a Level 4 U.S. advisory, warning of harassment, arbitrary laws, and minimal U.S. help. Wrongful detention, limited flights, terrorism, and restricted U.S. Embassy support are risks.
Tell me what you think about this topic. Subscribe and leave me your comments. And if you have not already, like, share, subscribe, and join me next time for another discussion with Dena. Ta-ta!
This concludes your daily discussions with Dena. Join us Monday through Friday at 12:30 p.m. Like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment.